Hello, please state your name and occupation.
My name is Bob Harley, and I am a pilot for Pan Am Airlines. Been doing it for over 10 years now.
Okay, so just so you know, Mr. Harley, the door is right over there in case you want to leave at any point during the interview. If you feel uncomfortable or pressured, you have the freedom to walk right out that door. You understand?
Thank you, sir. I don't think that'll be a problem. I'm a calm and respectful gentleman.
All right. So, first question, Mr. Harley. How exactly does one officially become a pilot?
You got to do a number of things. You got to have graduated from college and get a master's or an associate's degree. You got to go through 250 hours of training and flying. You got to receive your pilot's license, and most importantly, you got to gain the trust of Pan Am airline employees in order to officially become a registered pilot.
Okay, Mr. Harley. So, was there a strict interview process at Pan Am?
Yes, I would say so. I first had to send in an application along with my resume attached, and after a few days I got a call back and they told me that they wanted to interview me. The day that I was being interviewed, there were many people in the waiting room, so I knew that it would be quite competitive. But my interview, all I did was give them my resume, tell them a little about my education and my past flight experience, show them a little personality, and about a month later I got a call and I got the job.
All right, great. So, was there a background check performed on you?
Yes, there was actually. I now that you mention it, no, there wasn't. No, there was not a background check performed on me. They kind of just took my word during the interview and didn't question my legitimacy. After getting the job, they got me started right away, no questions asked.
All right. So, how would you rate Pan Am's security system?
I would give it a 4 out of 5. I think that Pan Am security screening is one of the best in the country, but I think that there have been some slip-ups in the past that have shown some vulnerability in our company.
All right. So, can you provide any examples of these slip-ups?
Well, in the past, we've hired some people who we thought would be able to perform above satisfactory, when in reality, and unfortunately, they weren't qualified enough to work for Pan Am. It doesn't happen very often, but when it does, and when we hire someone who's not ready to work at Pan Am, it really slows down our efficiency.
So, do you have any ideas to help resolve these efficiency problems?
Yes, I certainly do. I think the interview process, along with the background checks, should be stricter. Sometimes we hire people because their resume looks real pretty, but actually they don't have many street smarts, and sometimes we hire people because they had a great interview, but really they aren't even smarter than a piece of peanut. There was this one time that I was talking to this pilot, and I asked him, and he told me first that he was deadheading from Chicago, and I asked him what equipment he was on. You know what this fella answered? He said that he was on GE. I was like, what? Are you flying a washing machine or something? Answers like that make me think that there's might be some people who are not qualified enough to work at Pan Am.
Wow, that sounds like a crazy story. So, since you think there are some underqualified pilots, would you say that it would be possible for someone to pass as a pilot?
From everything that I have to go through just to get in the plane I fly, I would say there's a very, very small chance that someone could put on a costume, hop on the plane, and get in the cockpit without anybody noticing. I say hello to at least 5 people every time I go on my plane, so I think that some random imposter could never get away with that.
All right, well, that's all the questions we have today for you, Mr. Harley. Thank you.
Thank you.